Hey guys, I want to get on here today and give you a little bit of probably a little bit of knowledge that I have that I'm not a professional by any means, but I've lived around it, so I know what's going on when someone has dementia or Alzheimer's. So I want to give you this little bit of 10 um, reasons of 10 things that you need to remember if you're around someone that has it, someone that you know personally, someone that you're around enough that you know that you to know how to handle it. A lot of times, if things are new to us, that we've never been around someone with dementia or Alzheimer's, and we just have to remember these little things. When someone starts with dementia, they really know they're losing their memory. They know that they have this problem and that they're losing their memory. Now, I'm not talking about losing your car keys or losing a household thing or something, or we misplace things, because we all do that. But when it gets to a point that of repetitive of losing things or not knowing what those things are for or where did it come from or questions that were a little unusual or repeating the same thing over and over and over, that could be signs of dementia. So these are the 10 things that you need to take in consideration, if you will. Agree, never argue. Always agree with them. Never argue with them. It'll agitate them, make them very, very upset, and you don't want that. You want to make it as easy for them to transition to this another part of their lives, another phase of their life that they're going to, that no one can help that by being argumentative. So don't argue. Divert, never reason. Um, for instance, if they said something to you about something that they saw outside, and they said there's a cow outside, there's a hog outside. I remember years ago this gentleman that I knew, a sweet man, he was saying, "Did you see that hog?" Well, I was in my teens, or late teens, early 20s. I thought, what is wrong with him? But I said, "Oh, okay." For some reason, I knew to say that. I didn't say, "Oh, you're funny, ha ha ha." No, I just went along with him. And he was the sweetest man, sweetest man. So I didn't want to hurt his feelings that he thought he saw a hog. Um, Distract, never shame. If they put their shirt on backwards, or they put their pants on backwards, or they put their skirt on backwards, or they use um, their tea, their fork or spoon or something for the wrong thing, or a knife, or whatever it might be. Never shame them saying, "Why are you doing that? That's not right. You can't use that for that." Don't do that. Just distract them and say, "Here, let's use this one. Let's use this for it." Common sense. Reassure, never lecture. If someone says, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know that happened," and they go on and on about it, you don't ever lecture them and say, "Why do you keep saying that? You said that before. Why did that say? You know better than that." Don't do that. Reassure them, yeah, everything's okay. Everything's going to be okay. Go back to the other one to distract them. Reminisce and never say remember. Never say, "Don't you remember?" Um, when someone with dementia starts losing their memory and they're repeating themselves and repeating things over and over and over, you can say it in a very nice way. You can say things like, um, um, back in long time. A lot of times with people with dementia, you'll notice that they remember way back when, but they don't remember yesterday. Think about things way back when and talk to them, reminisce about them. These are things that you need to think about when you're around somebody with this. I promise you. Repeat, never say, "I told you." If they repeat themselves over and over and over, "What time are we going?" 1:30. 5 minutes later, "What time are we going?" 1:30. Never say, I've told you this 1,000 times. 1:30. No, repeat the same answer over and over. Don't say 1:30, say 2 o'clock, then 1:30, then 8 o'clock, or whatever. You say the same time every time. It's this time you told them initially what y'all were going to do at a certain time. Just answer the same question. It might get on your nerves. You might be saying, I'm going to go crazy if they ask me that again. But say the same thing over, and over. Do what they can do and not say you can't do that. Think of things that they can do. They can take a walk. Or if they're in a wheelchair, you can take them for a ride. You can't say you can't do that. You can't drive, so don't do that. Do things that they can do. Ask them. Never demand. I always say, put your coat on. If they don't put the coat on, put your coat on. If they still don't put it on, let's put your coat on, okay? Kindness. Kindness. They'll get agitated if you don't. I promise you, they'll get agitated. Encourage. Never be condescending. Don't make them feel less than they are. They're feeling bad about themselves anyway. They still have a brain. They just can't remember. They may do things wrong. They may be getting one. Remember the saying? I've done the video before. Once a man, twice a child. Treat them good and treat them respectful, with dignity. Let them have dignity. Reinforce, never force. Same thing, go back. Let's put your coat on. Let's get in your pajamas. Let's go watch TV. Instead of saying, let's go watch TV. We're watching TV. We're going to put your coat on. Never have anger in your face. They read your faces, I promise. There's 10 things there. That's my opinion of each one, what I think. But you be kind to anyone that's having a memory problem. And don't anger them. And don't make them upset. Or don't be unkind. And as we get older, all of us, every one of us, is going to get where we forget. That's just part of life. We're going to forget. I know my grandmother was almost 102. And you'd ask her how old she is. And she said, I'm 200. I said, Grandma, 102, right? And she says, what's the difference? She heard all over. I loved my grandma. I hope you guys have a great day, a happy day. Be kind. Be kinder than they are. Even if they've got dementia or not, you be kinder than they are. I love you. And don't forget that I'm sending you a hug. Do you feel it? I sure hope so. Until tomorrow.